you need to get early help, and I wish I'd been able to get that early help. I mean, I had 2 detoxes before. First one, I lasted 6 months. And I thought, yeah, great, I've got this. And I went out and partied, and I got pretty drunk. The second time, I was doing it just to try and save my marriage. And the third time, I did it because I knew I was going to lose my life. But being clean and sober now gives me the chance to focus on my life and myself and my children and my career and have a normal life. And it's great. It's great.
So the first time that you did detox, you thought you could carry on drinking and have the best of both, you know, the fun of drinking and still live a life. By the time you got to this last time, it had been life or death, and you knew that you had to choose.
I had to choose. Like I said earlier, you know, I got to the point where I got very, very low. I attempted my life. Just came home, and after a week of recuperating, I just thought, I can't go on like this. So I went and sought help myself. I picked up that phone. I phoned the charity where I'd been before for my detox, one of them, and I just said, I want to come back. I need the help. And luckily, thanks to them, I got the help that I needed and got it pretty quick.
Who did you call to get help when you were ready to stop drinking?
CGL Cambridgeshire, and they're a godsend. They are absolutely fantastic, understanding, supportive, patient, caring, knowledgeable, and just a fantastic charity that will help and do help people in addiction. And I can never fault them. And to the point now, I've volunteered to work for them, and I've been accepted as a volunteer because they are just such a fantastic charity. Brilliant.
That's great. So it sounds like they are a group of people that understand addiction and don't judge you for your addiction. If you say I've wet myself through because of my excessive drinking, how would they react to that?
They would just be, how can I put it? Just accepting, just understanding, and non-judgmental. There wouldn't be any kind of body language reaction, anything to make you feel, or make me, should I say, feel uncomfortable. Like, I did this, yeah. And it's because they get it, they understand, fully understand.
Okay. So what exactly did they do for you? They got you some detox, and in detox, is it just a matter of being weaned off the alcohol, or do they give you some strategies? Do they give you something to think about and how to cope? You know, because it's one thing to take away the alcohol, but to me, you got to put something there in its place.
Yeah, they gave me a home program. They gave me like a diary, drink diary they called it, and you write down how much you've had to drink, what time you started, why did you drink, how did it make you feel, what would you like to change, that kind of thing. And it did start to work, and I followed it quite well, but then unfortunately I slipped. They made appointments available on a weekly basis, on a one-to-one. There were groups that I was invited to. They were always there at the end of the telephone if I needed help or support in any way. And then I had to attend pre-detox, once I'd been accepted to go on the detox program, attended pre-detox meetings. There was a group of us all in the same position, all with the same experiences, suffering the same, sit down and just talk about our daily lives, and then waited for our appointment to come through for us to then go and progress onto the detox. The first detox I did was a community detox, so I was getting picked up and taken into CGL, stay there for the day and have the medication. go home, and there had to be somebody sensible and responsible to continue the medication through the evening. And that was for a week, and then you carry on for a couple of days afterwards. But then I also got put into rehab because that's what I wanted. I asked to go to rehab.
And do you think they taught you anything that you can still make use of now through rehab?
Oh, crikey, yeah. An awful lot. Wow. Daily reflections, looking at yourself, positive mindsets, the steps, the literature, and it just, I think with myself, because I always wanted that help, and I know there's a lot of us that do want that help, and when we get it, something just clicks and we suss it out. But it just made me stop and think and realise that what I was doing wasn't the answer in any way, shape or form. Financially, healthily, family, you name it, work, everything. It just wasn't the answer. And making me reflect on my childhood and understand what rejection is and why I was possibly rejected, and come to learn to accept that rejection, that it's part of human life, all that kind of stuff, just makes you realise, makes you completely reprogram everything inside your head. And it also taught me that everybody in every day has a problem or has a stress that comes along and trips them up. If you drink or take on that, it's still going to be there the following day. It'll never go away. But if you don't use or don't drink on the back of that, work it out, take a step back, think, etc., you deal with it, you move on. The following day, it's not there, it's dealt with, it's gone. Okay. And that's another kind of mindset that I've learned to use.
So it really is a lot about our minds, isn't it? The way that we think and the way that we handle stuff that happens to us. In addiction, we might handle it in the default automatic way. And what you're saying is you've been taught a new way of handling those things that come up in life.
Yeah. It used to be an excuse to pick up. You know, my car's broken down. Right, okay, I can't go anywhere, so I might as well drink. You know, and you drink on the anger. Yes, I drank on happiness. I drank on any reason to drink, really. But yeah, you know, I've had some, since I've come out of rehab, I've had some bits that have come along. I've had my divorce finalised. My pension's been finalised with the ex-wife. And they were horrible trip-ups. My daughter had a car crash. Only minor, but those were the kind of things that would trip anybody up and make them use again. And I faced it head on. I dealt with it. I thought about it. I spoke to people about it. And I got through it. And coming out the other end and thinking, wow, I didn't drink on the back of that when I was told I'm finally divorced. Brilliant. Great. And it was an amazing feeling of achievement and great sense of pride that I've managed to get through that hurdle without drinking or picking up or doing anything silly.